With GTA 6 right around the corner and artificial intelligence being incorporated into every aspect of our lives, everyone is waiting to see how Rockstar implements AI throughout their upcoming game. And while there is some truth to the fact that AI didn't really become available until this game was already 7 years in the making, we all know AI is going to be involved in this game. The question is, to what extent? So I did a little bit of research on all the different ways that it's rumored that we could be getting AI in GTA 6, so let's go. Now, before we get too deep into this, I want to make sure you guys understand what the Matrix is, because essentially what we're about to go over is the Matrix. Grand Theft Auto 6 has the ability, the potential, the aspirations to build the Matrix, and this is the first step. Because ultimately what we're headed towards are games, ecosystems, little mini universes, little matrices, where we're going to have AI, self-thinking, self-motivated, self-emotionally aware AI NPCs that are going to go about their lives and look to further their own causes, their beliefs that are based on the AI they're constructed off of, and that's going to literally impact everything from the way the city looks, how people walk around, what they drive, what they do, which essentially means everyone's game, everyone's universe is going to genuinely look different from someone else's. Yeah, we may all start at point A, but the way things unfold, cities, storylines could end up ultimately being completely different. The patents that Rockstar has on their AI for this game are really awesome, one of which being further emotions. Drink your water. Do it. As we said before, these NPCs, they're going to have their own lives, their own desires, their own habits, their own way of doing things. So you're going to come across angry versions of them, drunk versions of them, I'm sure high versions of them. Every single person is going to be completely different in this game. And it's such a step forward in gaming that they put a patent on it. That's awesome. And the other one that I found probably being just as important, if not more important, is that every room you go into could be randomly generated. And with rumors saying that about 70% of the map you'll be able to go into, open the door and enter the building, that is going to just, again, make the experience so unique for every player. I can remember as far back as games like Knights of the Republic that when you played through on a different, playthrough, different items would appear in different boxes. And to me, that was just mind-blowing. Wow, randomly generated items. Now we're talking about having randomly generated buildings, randomly generated environments, all to just tailor each person's experience. And that's just crazy to me. It's so awesome. And I do recognize, again, it might not happen because it could be too soon, too fast. But at some level, I believe Rockstar, they're the best designers in the industry. There's no doubt they knew the AI, revolution was coming even before it happened. And I also feel that there's probably ways to integrate the AI at the ways we've talked about without having to just completely overwrite and haul your complete design. Hit that subscription button and turn on notifications. And again, the reason why it'll be so different for everyone's experience from player to player is because these AI, they're going to be acting in their own self-interest off of emotions based off of what you've done, right? Not the standard storyline. So those AI are going to act like actual humans and they're going to respond differently. And once you start the dominoes, it's going to be going down all different types of forks and things are just going to keep continuously being different. And that's what's so cool about this. Each NPC being upgraded to basically a ChatGPT AI level being is a major upgrade because, again, they're going to have emotions, they're going to have wants, habits, they're going to go about certain things that are just, again, going to impact the universe completely different than another one would in someone else's saved file, another person's universe. And I think there's some real potential here to create some of the most unique, individualized interactions between players and a game, than ever before, because you're going to have AI who are going to remember you, bro. Think about this. If you almost kill someone at a certain time in the game, they're going to remember you. The old game, these 1 through 5, they're not going to remember you because as soon as you drive off, they forget about you. But these AI, they're going to remember what you've done, where you did it. And imagine if you're in the middle of a massive mission and you're undercover and some guy you almost ran over earlier, or you did, or you took hostage, who knows who you are, calls you out. Not because it's part of the storyline, but because that's what a natural human would do that the AI is mimicking. So again, there's going to be levels here that is going to blow our minds. And to take things even deeper, think about certain areas, certain territories where you go into and create issues, you steal cars, you kill people. Those people are going to remember you. When you show up, they're probably going to run away, they're going to hide, they're going to lock their doors. They may call the police just because you're there. And on the flip side of that, think about areas where you've helped people, where you've brought some more prosperity, helped open a business. I don't really know, right? But again, you've done good things. The AI are probably going to be more inclined to help you in whatever way that entails. The fact that you're not going to be able to go around destroying, creating mayhem, just pooping all over everyone you want to without long-term repercussion, those days might be over, because you got to think about and choose when you want to create mayhem, because if that's all you do everywhere you go, it's just going to make the game so much more difficult, if that makes sense. You don't need every single person in GTA 6 calling the police on you or trying to kill you. Or maybe you do, actually. That also could be awesome. And to go even further than that, at what point do we accept the fact that it's possible these AI, we could have complete conversations with them? What if our mics are able to be connected to the game and you've you've spoken with ChatGPT before, Gemini, whatever one you use, you know how good they are, how intuitive, how they can respond. And if every single person in the game is like that, and you could just explore infinitely the lives of the people in this game, I mean, that's insanity. Again, it's the Matrix. Think about just going around to as many people in Grand Theft Auto as you can and just basically telling them like, hey dude, you're not real, you're in a simulation, and seeing how they respond. Now, if you've played any Grand Theft Auto game, you know the plot is going to center around gang warfare. And yes, that even means the government if you're asking Trevor. And what this essentially means is that so much of the player's experience is dictated by which gangs are controlling the map, who's winning these wars. And yeah, we've seen this at the most basic level in San Andreas, but the impact of gangs in Grand Theft Auto 6 may get fleshed out in a way we've never seen before. In a way that means specific weapons, cars, tactics, safe houses, whatever might not be available for certain players on certain playthroughs. I mean, imagine if you went an entire playthrough and didn't get to use a specific vehicle or weapon or get to use a certain area of the map because, again, it was taken over by a group that wouldn't let you in. This would absolutely make the gamer want to replay the story mode. And I really do think that is the goal here, to give each player, each gamer a one-of-one experience, meaning no other person experienced the game in the way that you had. Grand Theft Auto 5 gave us 2 options for every heist, and what if AI is their way of taking it to the next level? What if that's how Rockstar plans on expanding on that? With AI assisting, you could have missions, heists that only could have happened in a predetermined setting can now be moved anywhere the AI deems possible. You just need to give that artificial intelligence a point A and give them a point B with a few parameters and allow them to tailor it for each person, which is really what makes adaptive AI so fascinating, so powerful. It truly is going to revolutionize gaming. However, the NPCs that are going to benefit the most from the AI upgrade are going to be the police by far. It's not even close. The AI will be able to figure you out so quickly, understand your habits, the way you go about doing things, understanding what type of tactics they have to use to take you down, which again, it'll probably require the AI having a handicap on it, because it would not be any fun if every time the cops were called, even when you got 1 star, you were just caught immediately. But with AI behind the police, you could also just completely randomly generate what type of policeman they are, create much more personality within the chases, have those police officers act differently, maybe sometimes have them act illegally. And again, in itself, that would create a bunch of content there, because the AI with the NPCs throughout the first 5 games have always been pretty straightforward. They don't really do anything different. They just chase you down and try and take you out. Imagine if there's like a private investigator or a detective who works for the police that is tracking you, that goes undercover and, you know, ends up giving you stars because they've been tracking you for a while and they find you exposed, and then boom. I mean, again, there's just so many levels they could take this. Now, Rockstar is on record talking about how they want to make this Grand Theft Auto 6 universe as essentially self-sustaining. They wanted to mimic real life as much as possible. You're going to see the beaches more crowded on sunny days on the weekends. During major sporting events like the Super Bowl or the World Cup, you'll see people celebrating their teams, wearing their gear. Maybe not exactly that because they're not going to have all the rights to it, but you're going to see those colors. One thing I think we all can agree on, though, having AI being incorporated into the radio stations, having different radio hosts and DJs being just based off of whatever the AI comes up with, that could be monumental and create some of the best content. What are your thoughts? Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have AI at a high level, or do you think this is completely being overblown? And if you do think AI is going to be in the game, how do you think it'll make it better? How do you think it might make it worse? All right, that's enough yet for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click one of these here on the screen. I'm just giving you some time. Bye. Go out there and do something great.